Hello squad, I want to talk a little bit about dry fire. Now when it comes to dry fire, we want to perform the appropriate amount of meaningful repetitions until we could engrave skills into our hard drive that we could access on a subconscious level. So it's all about quality versus quantity. Make sure that when you're dry firing, of course, that everything is clear. You can't ever be too sure of that. And whether you're doing this from a 3 o'clock, a 4 o'clock, or appendix, it really doesn't matter. You should change it up from your range kit to your carry kit so you could get a good yardstick measurement on where you stand on all of those. Now, one of the things I like to do is, one, use a timer when I'm dry firing. And then two, what I do is I find a target, something about this big right here. And what I do with that is I put my front sight on it and back up so that that object is about the same size as my front sight. So I've got a nice defined tiny object to hone in on because I want to drive the pistol directly to that, straight to that every time. Instead of having a dry firing with a target that's gigantic or a big A zone or whatever it is, something very, very small that's about the same size as the front sight post when you back up. We want to make sure that we're getting a high purchase and pushing the pistol straight out during the presentation. Straight out during the presentation. The other thing that we want to do is we want to start prepping the trigger as soon as we have an acceptable sight picture. As soon as that sight picture is acceptable, start prepping that trigger. Because in a perfect world, I personally want that hammer to fall right at the apex of my presentation. Right at the apex. So I'm going to use a timer, and right now I've got it set on 2.5 seconds. For me, that's slow for a big target, but I want perfect repetitions. I want that front sight to be cutting that thing in half, that little teeny target. So 2.5 seconds should be good start point anywhere. So I've got a par time set on this timer. Let me demonstrate, please. All right, let me get my measurement. That's about good right there. I've got my par timer or my pack timer set on a delay, so stand by. All right, try that again. So I'm right at about 2.5 seconds with a very, very precise point of aim. Just a little bit faster than 2.5. So I'm at that 2.5, so now I'm just going to bring it down to 2 seconds. I'm going to adjust the time a little bit and bring that timer down to 2 seconds. Take that half mark off of there. So now I've got it set at 2 seconds. So let's try this one out. Get my measurement again. It's about good right there. Stand by. Right at 2. It's right at 2 with that beep. Right at 2. And I'm not half-assing these. I'm making sure that that front sight is on there every time. So I'm right at 2 seconds every time, splitting that directly in half. Now that I'm there, I could start taking a little bit of time off, a little bit, and keep working those reps. But we want to perform those good, meaningful repetitions. We don't want to get sloppy with dry fire. Think quality versus quantity when it comes to good dry fire reps. And have fun with it. Train hard and rock and roll, baby.